expect him to do is to have an all-inclusive approach to engaging stakeholders so that nobody speaks at cross purpose. Yeah.
Just 1 minute, hold it there. I'll come to Wilson Sossion, the Secretary General, Kenya National Union of Teachers. What is your feeling today, perhaps, about the release of the exams this early, just to begin with?
No, I think this is a bold demonstration that the Minister of Education is committed to ensuring that the examination systems in this country is credible enough. And this, I would call it surprise, and not just a surprise, but prompt. Why do we say prompt? Timely feedback in any exams and tests is always a good professional practice in education, not only national level, at school level. And this quick processing is the best thing to happen in this country, more than even the stemming of leakages and cheating. This one alone is bigger than everything else that has been done. And this will allow parents, this will allow students to reflect and plan for the next level. And you can be very sure that the cohorts who have sat for these exams will be more prepared, and they're likely to perform better at the subsequent levels because they will report to the new term together with the new students, and they'll begin their curricula of the next level on time, and therefore overall for the next level of study, the next 4 years, they're likely to do far much better. And considering the fact that they've done their examinations in a credible, free environment, then we are likely to have a cohort that whatever has been done affects even the character and the development of these learners going forward in future. So,
these exams, we've seen several things that have changed the situation. First of all, they were made a multi-sectoral issue. The Ministry of Interior, National Security was involved, providing security. We've said this was one of the most guarded examinations in this country. The Ministry of Communications also involved. It will help with how the pupils will receive their results. How does this play for the education sector?
Now, the integrated approach to weed out examinations cheating should have been done right from 1980, when the Kenya National Examination Council was established. This is the best thing to be done, and it should have been done many, many years ago, because examinations is a big national security, is a big national issue. It affects every household. It affects the future of the country, and the stakes of development of this nation is hinged in exams. Our international reputation is also hinged in exams. The vices that we see in society. We are today complaining about the culture of corruption. The culture of corruption originates from small issues like examinations cheating. And this great integrated approach is the best thing to have happened. It is not only going to help the learners, but it's going to help the future socio-economic stability of this country, because we must look forward to produce citizens who are reliable and who have the correct skills and who can fit in the global economy. And this, of course, is, I would say, it is within the framework of Sustainable Development Agenda, goal number 4, target number 7, that the children we prepare must be global citizens in terms of mind and in terms of thinking and in terms of reputation. And I think Kenya is close to doing that. And this is a clear demonstration that this nation can eliminate all forms of social vices, and we make a greater nation.
So far, some of the things that Matiang'i has put in place, you agree with them. Very odd that union officials most of the time agree with the cabinet secretary. There are some issues that perhaps you have issues with. The regulations that he has come in place right now, working on the regulations about the ranking system. They were meant to be in place after the president assented to the Kenya National Examinations Council Amendment Bill. Do you have any input perhaps on the issue of ranking of the exams? How do you feel about it?
Of course, every reform would have issues. And education is about democracy. It's about freedom of opinion. It's about accommodation of divergent thinking. We will never agree and think the same way. But by debating together, and which, of course, this is a position of the union, we will not agree with the minister in everything. We will question. Even when a right program is being put in place, we will question certain things so that it's done well. And I can assure you, the minister has not had it easy with us. We have questioned every aspect of reform and looked at the pros and cons. There are positives and negatives. And I think the minister has demonstrated that he has considered both aspects, including even the change of the term dates. The term dates next year, August, will be 3 weeks. So teachers who are on studies will not be affected. Many things, negative aspects of the reforms have been taken into consideration. Where we have raised reservation, it doesn't mean when we raise reservation, he must give in. Where he doesn't give in, we see how it works.
When you talk of questions.
Professor Macpherson of Sweden said, if it works, then it's right. If it doesn't work, then it is wrong. And this is a fundamental philosophy that drives us in this sector. So for reforms that are good and whose results have been seen, then we ought to accept them. For reforms that we aren't sure about, then we must ask questions. And that's why we ask Kenyans. We ask all of us, let us question everything. And this is the best way to go.
What he has implemented so far, if he was to leave office today, what would you say is the biggest good thing he has done for the sector?
It goes without saying. Delivering credible exams has been the best thing. And Kenya National Union of Teachers wrote to Professor Jacob Kaimenyi in the month of July 2015, alerting him of impending examinations cheating, and he chose to be reckless. But here is one minister who has been listening. Here is one minister who has volunteered data about what is happening, and that is why we have been able to advise him. The best thing that he ever did is to deliver credible exams.
What do you think?
Release results on time, which is the biggest thing than examination.